Salakia. Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha, Kodash, Ma'amath. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, as well as their bishops. I also want to give a double honors to my elder apostle, Aharawan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida, as well as a double honors to my Bishop Kanak, San Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida as well. Shalom to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today I'll be coming out with a lesson that's on this article. It's a short article, it ain't that long, but as I was reading it, it made me think about a few scriptures through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. It says, Metro Atlanta infectious disease specialist says the Hanta or the hantavirus, however you pronounce that, quarantine is the right move. So now they're quarantining, or they're creating quarantines now. Well, let's see. It says workers from the Atlanta based Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, and Prevention, or I guess not, the CDCP, whatever. It says we'll meet the American passengers this weekend to take them to a special quarantine facility in Nebraska. Despite protests, the boat will be allowed to dock outside a port in the Canary Islands. 17 Americans are on the ship, where an outbreak of the hantavirus has killed 3 people. The health officials believe there is little risk to the general public because it is not easily transmitted as the flu, or we're going to say the CVID. They still might be doing some dumb junk. It says a Metro Atlanta infectious disease specialist is watching the development very closely. He told Channel 2, Bernd Peterson, the disease if treated the disease is treatable if caught early. And again, before I continue, this is not medical information or medical misinformation. This is clearly covering an article. YouTube and your stupid algorithms and your trigger words. Let's continue. It says Dr. Andrew Pugiles, however you say that, or Pugiles. Let's continue. It says has treated infectious diseases for 33 years. On Friday, he was looking at an image or at images on a computer in his Forsyth County office. It says, so what we're seeing is the virus itself, he said. It says, have you personally ever seen a case or treated a patient who had it? Peterson asked. And the doctor replied he had not. And I guess the interviewer, the newscaster, whatever he is, the media pundits, he asked the doctor, what does it tell him? And the doctor said it's rare. But continuing, it says it's an airborne disease from rodent droppings, and it is fatal up to 35% of people who get it. It usually causes a that is pulmonary syndrome, where you leak fluid into the lungs, which is incredibly dangerous, and you can't breathe. The doctor said. Let's see if that's it on that. Oh no, here we go. We got some more. It says the international health officials say passengers aboard a cruise ship traveling from South America to Antarctica to the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa probably picked it up during the first leg of the journey in Argentina. I keep my opinions to myself, though. It says 3 have died and several are sick. There were 2 passengers from Georgia. The Georgia Department of Public Health says they are back home, currently in good health and showing no signs of infection. As for several other Americans still aboard, the CDC will transport them to a special quarantine area in Nebraska, or unit in Nebraska. The doctor says that's good. It says study these patients, make sure this strain of the virus is not more contagious from what we've known from the past. Let's nip this in the bud, the doctor said. So there you go. Now, I'm just saying, they be making stuff. But without further ado, the point of this lesson is you can't trust your enemy. You can't trust them. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to take these patients. Ain't no telling what they're going to do. Because this devil has a track record of being extremely, extremely wicked and doing some very, very, very questionable things, especially when it comes down to we're gonna say human, we're gonna say bump it, human experimentation, and it is what it is. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. They say they're gonna take these people to a quarantine area. Translation: a lab. But let's continue. This is Psalms 55, verse 21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words are softer than oil, yet they are drawn swords." So the words of this devil's mouth is smoother than butter, but yet war is in his heart. He may talk good, he may sound good, he may put it forth as he's going to find a solution to this problem, or try to get in front of whatever, or try to make it seem like he has your best interest at heart. But the truth of the matter is, war is in his heart. He's looking for a way and a reason to destroy, and he's always looking for that. That is what an Ottawamite does. They always look for a way to harm or endanger or cause a problem. Even when everything is going right and there is no problems, especially when everything is going right and there is no problems. But continuing, it says his words are softer than oil, yet they are drawn swords. So his words may sound good. They may sound like, yeah, we're gonna get in front of this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna try and help these people and such and so on. So really and truly, this devil is really watching to see the effects of this ailment, this pestilence, to see just what it'll actually do, because this devil is known and has been caught creating things such as these ailments. And then my elder, he just put something in the chat, a YouTube video in the chat where they got this. It's another thing called a norovirus, and that's done bust up 100 people. How is that happening? Now, of course, we know through prophecy and through the scriptures that we know that the Lord is allowing that to happen, because He said He would allow pestilence to come into the earth. So the Lord could be using this devil. The Lord is using this devil. I ain't gonna say could be, is using this devil to do these things. But you can't trust this devil. They can say, "Oh, we're gonna try to get in front of." Don't trust this devil. Don't trust him. As a matter of fact, let's go there. Let's go to Sirach chapter. Where we at? Where we at? What it is? Yep, chapter. Like this is what 12. Chapter 12, verse 10 of our Sirach. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt not, so like, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether been wiped away." So you can't trust your enemies, and this devil, they are enemies. They talking about all this stuff, but the truth of the matter is, it's been proven. Of course, they rely on the masses because the masses are stupid, you know. But this devil has been caught creating things, making stuff. But that's what the Lord says: you don't trust your enemy, because just like iron will rust if left out in the elements, especially in the rain. Just like iron is guaranteed to rust, guess what? This devil is guaranteed to be wicked. This devil is guaranteed to be evil. Though this devil humbles himself, though he may seem like he's calm and collected and, oh yeah, I mean no harm, I'm not looking to do anything. No. The Lord says, take good heed, meaning pay attention and be aware. And it'll be just like looking through it'll be just like looking through, as it says here. Usually it'd be like cleaning up a looking glass or a telescope or whatever you want to call it. It'll be just like cleaning that up, getting it all clean, and you doing all this cleaning, and you really get in there. And then when you look through it, you still see that the lens and everything is full of dirt and dust and filth. Well, that's how this devil's wickedness is. You find out real quick that his wickedness has not all been it's not altogether wiped away. Meaning, no matter how you try to twist it, this devil is gonna be wicked. This devil is gonna be evil. And now they're talking about uh, uh, taking people to a specific unit, site, place, lab, and quarantining people. Well, guess what? Let's go to second Esdras because it made me think about that too. Second Esdras, this is 15, verse 17. It says, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able," because you got to think this devil is planning on a mass scale here in Babylon, on a mass scale, to have quarantined areas. Those 15-minute cities, those are quarantine areas. We'll say that doesn't have the that are not under the we'll say the biohazard warning quarantine type, but men are going to desire to go into a city and shall not be able to. Meaning, and it just goes into things of being so bad and so much chaos and so much pandemonium that people ain't going to be able to flee. They ain't going to be able to leave. Why? Because they're going to have checkpoints, blockades, roadblocks. You ain't going to be able to go nowhere. And then you bet your bottom dollar people that may catch any pestilence and or illness or ailment. What you think the devil gonna do? The devil's gonna take them to whatever the quarantine it is, and guess what? A lot of them people gonna be really wanting to leave and get out of there, and the devil ain't gonna let them go. So what we're seeing again is just a ramp up of pestilences, even if the Lord is using this devil to create them, or their actual pestilences and ailments that the Lord is allowing into the earth. So yeah. So don't trust this devil for one. Take heed, pay attention, because what they're doing now with certain things, they're planning on doing this on a massive scale. So this is just a precursor of what they plan to do, because they have bigger plans. But the Lord has the ultimate plan, and his plan is bigger than their plan, and the powers that be plan is going to fail. So with that, shalom.